Oma sebio, omudi omusika pudio esha ganim, utie omukasande, na utie omukasa a year or two ago. You can see, say, and then omo GDA or mine sika samutu to yemu. Omunim say, omino, ko baby, so omudi omusika esha omujumemu kra, oma kumano embobri, omo GDA say, eye omanya midi misika ebeshim anase ashemi ana dwumadie bia media midi misika komuno enya de ade beche ne aka chem se dollar no every 12 every 10 ako 18 so that is the confidence ema oman ejina ne naso sende no bi kofa nyoma kra ewo eye Ghana mu ofri ebia asantememu anase ofri srem ana ofri baby eko baby o Ghana kofa nyoma ene sa nipa no krampo no ni dwadie se okọ na oba ohun se nyoma ekoyie enra ne beka che nyina se petrol ye friend petrol ye bete so ama na kofom it say you can see say abai we to nyoma se ne be ya Ghana ni na okay dwadwo Ghana ni na ni sika eda bank ahye Ghana ni na sebio be friend bi DDEP eka no a ne papa wuye efri se ne pension sika bawomia ekufuado Kennedy Japan brand champion mo ehhye mra agifri omunsem no saa Ghana ni no asa enya awrehemu ewo oman ni mu biem ema ne hu se ende de metumi age oman wei edi efri se omo a omototo oman wei sikasam ene oman ne hyehyeye no omo ama ye gidie foforo bi efri se ye tukwan ne ekofa nyoma a ye hu se nyoma sebio ebo no utumi ageji hu se ebo we de ensesa sebio mento eye nnuaba anase de mekoto no memfa beduru fie emegumi table so ana me store mu enton no na ebo no ensesaye. That is what we call confidence in the economy. The moment ankofo be start edio musika esie ebe start akase ma mesesa musika o dollars mu nkosha abrochire no, then it means the country no confidence di ma nipa entumi mfa ne sika enhyem endi dwuma ema oman ni nyamfa so enya eto emfa nkyekere man no. Nti the moment you see the governor come out openly to make such an emphatic statement, near to Kroma, near another governor, to say Addison, he could not make such an emphatic statement because he did not know what he was doing. He was being manipulated by Kenoforiata, Baumia, Ekufuado. He didn't know Jack. Near to Kroma, and a whole central bank, the Bank of Ghana, a bought over 60 billion. You try sika gumu and so still your economy need to maintain na so if you say na omo mu di enimu no eye NPP aban no a Ekufuado Bawumia Kennedy Japan brand champion mu di enimu no na omo adwiri nyina ye sika fom ye wia Ghana fo krampo a at the end of the day omo hu inti na omo fom sika and inti na ende omo nya opportunity bia aya na omo mbuni pa because omo adwiri mu no sika na sebio ema oye politician a utumi gitumi. Now, almost steady Ghana for sending a yedjini. And what hurts the say, they have still not been able to figure out, say, Ghana for first I don't know who you see a Jimmy 1992, yen Jimmy Sabium, and they are still stuck to the 442 formation of yen can some thing from the pebi. Yen that yen chat to the pebiso. Yen can send me a bemani pebi be good animals that will not give you power. So can some a gumi who thing. Now when to find Jina Swama. Ghana ni no show no obum so wejimi so oka some efa Addison ho asiama ho oka some efa the vice president ho oka some efa John Mahama the president ho or any of his appointees na wentuma fan gina so ama na sa wuti TV so na Facebook na wuti etima Ghana ni na onim nyansa no hu so wejimi every say tetemre na na yeka asem to nipa so ma nipa bi gidi no sa mre no etwam and the NPP are still stuck in that era where they think that just say things about people, lie, and people will believe it. Enye dwuma biem. In 1992, 93, 94, 95, 96, ebedu be the year 2012. Ni egina sori anopa ye twen ma kokuru ko kwame sefakan aba TV so, aba radio so, aba kire de ekọ. Ende when sori anopa se o twen kwame sefakan say kwame sefakan na embe kire de ekọ. No, ye maame kura we di 65 years on twen kwame sefakan. Because ahomachi 5 no ye ma me sorry na oye money devotion na obompa no ka say amina o check na WhatsApp a onim de ekọ oko TikTok a onim de ekọ oko Facebook a inti that era where we were looking or waiting for individuals bia No my imagine so omunyim nyansa che obia na ye de ye metena radio so a Ghana for no omunyim bi omukon etwam, and the NPP are still stuck in that era. How many minutes do you watch TV? How many minutes? But my catcher will say from our survey in Ghana no omo muhwe TV eche power Ghana now. When they are watching my show for 3 hours or 4 hours, nobody spends more than 3 or 45 minutes watching TV in Ghana. Majority of the people watching me tonight on TV, they are watching me because of the information they will get. Anytime I'm spending 3 hours. But nobody in Ghana today, and or now say maybe his show be for 1 hour. It does not happen. No way. Nobody does that. And see, we need to get to that point where NPP for no or some say Ghana ye we now can reason. It is not about how you feel about Kelvin Taylor. It is not about how you feel about John Mahama. It is not about how you feel about Professor Nana Akufo-Addo or how you feel about NDC as a political party that was formed by J.J. Wallace. That is how you feel, but that does not change the facts. And see, we have moved to that point where Ghana for Bebreno are not bowing or are not consuming the jandam. Yanka we fa we ho we akodi we nuane we sadian enye djuma biem. And the NPP are refusing to understand. When you see a young man, now we shall one crying, we shall takrade, we shall abruchi. 90% of him ranti and mabawa almost omoye asantifo free asantimemu ya hu omo asantimemu. You know that 90% of in crime for almost omoye in crime for ya hu omo in crime memu. 90% of sremu for almost omoye northness. The youth now, 90% of them ya hu omo krum. So the young man now ne papa de kwame amwako ne maame de ekua nyankyere sebi ofri bekwai no. Sakurano has no connection to Bekwai. No connection to Oya Santini. He talks about Oya Santini because he feels to say he needs to be proud of Nipa Bebia Ofri. But when it comes to he or she making decisions, making critical decisions about Nebra, about what they need, it is not about where they are from. It's about what will benefit them. When you are sitting somewhere else, now, if you don't understand the dynamics, I am just giving the NPP the scenario for them to understand. And when I tell them they will be in opposition for 42 years, they need to believe me because we have done the research. We have gone deep down. We understand the psychological aspect, the emotional aspect. We understand what is at stake. 90% of Sankorano, untimi nkanche say, Sikedwa kofinti, Otunfo say to 20 on Twabama NPP. That kid, sir, attachment to a politics or nisa be because they are asking for something. They are asking for something that will change their lives. And Korana mu more TikTok na, I am with Facebook, with the radio. So now mo can some just convince you. They are not listening because Omo who say muni answer. Omo who say Jimmy. Omo who say you cannot communicate. They cannot relate to your message. Because a young man who is on TikTok, a young man who is on Facebook, a young man who is on Twitter, you cannot use one tongue any baby to convince the person on Twabama. No. Because on one casa crampona or think right now, so Santinia Corano, he has no connection to Asantimemu. The only thing that will make him connect himself to Asantimemu is when there's something that he likes in Asantimemu. Into Watana Kraya, Watana Bruchia, no one who say, Yaya Debu Asantimemua, he has always wanted to get into music production. Into right now, there's this crazy studio that has been built in the Ashanti region, world-class studio. That kid, Oya Santinino, starts to connect to Asantimai. Now, there's something that he is interested in that is attracting him to come to Asantimai to maybe try and say, okay, now I am here. Now I can be part of this ideology. But if you don't have anything that can be connected to, if you don't stand for anything that they can be connected to, if you don't bring stuff that will connect them to you, they will stay in Accra and say, "Me Santini, but on Twaba my NPP." And that is what we need to understand. The NPP, you are getting it wrong. And when we say, you people are going to be in opposition for 42 years, it's not just mere talk. It is backed with science. It's backed with research. We have done all these things. And I have about 120 people on the ground who have basically interviewed people around the nation. They know how their thinking is. In 2023, 2024, Mekacha Ghana for said the NDC will win election 2024 from the Ashanti region. And people thought to say, Kevin, you're Tansantamai, Kevin, you're Chirotumfo, me, I love a Tumfo, or you're Hina Penasem, but I will not spare words when I have to speak truth to power. I don't care. But people thought to say, Kevin is saying that because or NPP or no, we had done the work. We knew that power was going to tilt, and we knew NDC were going to enter Ashanti region and tap numbers. And after 2024 elections, majority of you people were shocked. NPP for America, you were shocked because you are still stuck in the 1992 kind of politics. In this over Facebook, over Twitter, over the now say you want to win power and it's about Kelvin Taylor, then you are still not ripe to be given any attention. The NPP winning power again is not about me. The NPP winning power again is not about John Mahama. The NPP winning power again is not about Sami Jemfi. It is not about MDC as a political party. It's about you, the NPP, letting the people believe in your word. And for somebody to believe in your word, you need to move beyond rhetoric. You need to back it with reasonable comments. You need to be factual. You need to let them know you have matured. You have moved from that stage of basic politics to intellectual discussion, whereby you can prove to that person, say, when you give me power, I can hold this power and I'll not deceive you. Now, the NPP is short of that. The NPP does not have that. There's nobody in the NPP today who can mount stage. Na I won't say eguobi ebi ni ho. They don't have it. Obi any NPP mo betuma make a statement at na stage bi so akasama obi aka say I won't say gumi ebi nim, because the party has no soul. And when the party, because a party with soul is the word the party carries. What word does the party carry? The NPP carries nothing. And it's not. I've decided not to even respond to NPP because there's nobody worth responding to. There are a lot of low-level, low-minded, the weak-minded individuals trying to speak for the NPP. And you ask yourself, what is the end game? Because Kelvin Taylor is an individual. Because you cannot use Kelvin Taylor to win power. You can't do that. That is what you people are getting wrong. In the NDC, you can have 2, 3, 4 people who can speak for you to nod, but it's not the same as in the NPP. No, ask yourself why. The party has no principle. Now, let me kill some jandam. Makacha Ghana for say, we are here. we are here to educate. And our job is simple. Ghanaians, you believed in me. You believed in this platform. You believed in my team. That is why overwhelmingly you went out to say we want to change power and hand over to the NDC. My responsibility now is to lead you with the truth, is to guide you to understand that the decision you made in 2024 was the right decision. And when I come here, I try to make sure anything that will make Ghanaians think, say, something isn't right, any lie, I need to shut it down quick. Because I say, I try anything Ekufuadua or a certificate-less lawyer, it will be the president. I try anything obi to say Baumia, ebe sinne, on to improving, say, or an economist, obi to even money box. What is in money box? We need to break the atro down. Where we are able to stop the flow of atro, Ghana will be better. And that today we are seeing a country where every single person it cuts across, they love the president and love the vice president, because when the president speaks today, 90% of the people who listen believe it.